guys, it's Chloe, and today I'm here with a brand new video. Today I am here with a collective book haul because apparently all I do now are collective book hauls because I'm lazy. So these are all of the books that I have purchased, been sent / received since May. So this is May, June, and July. There are 29 books to show you guys, so let's get started before this video has to be any longer than it already will be. So I am putting this in order of time that I got it roughly / event that it came from. So we're going to start off with the books from May that I remember. So the first book I received is King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard, and apparently I have never taken the Target stickers off of it. So I'm slowly catching up on the Red Queen series, and this is the most recent release that came out in winter / spring of this year, and I haven't picked this up yet because I'm waiting for the audiobook to come in, but I'm pumped because I really enjoyed the first book. The second book was okay, but I still want to continue on with the series, so I'm ready and need to get these Target stickers off of them. The next book I got was Regina Rising by Wendy Tolliver, and I got this because it was the May book of the month for Once Upon a Read Along, and I'm also obsessed with Once Upon a Time, and this is the sequel / companion to Red's Untold Tale, and I love this cover, and we did a live show on this book, so if you are interested in hearing that, I will link it in the description below. The next book I got is The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson, and this is a series that I've actually already finished. It's a trilogy, and I owned the first book in paperback, and the second one was on sale from Books A Million in paperback as well, so I just decided I would collect the series in paperback, and now I just have to wait for the last one to come out in paperback. The next book I picked up from the Bookworm for super cheap, and It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the author has passed away within the past year or two, and a lot of people have been raving about this book, especially when he passed away, so I wanted to pick it up when I saw it at Bookworm, and I'm really pumped and excited because I've heard this is a really good book. The next book I actually won in a giveaway. About 6 or 7 months ago, I was part of a vlog tour for the True Blue trilogy by Joyce Scarborough, and I will link that in the description below if you're interested in seeing that non-spoiler review. But apparently she did a giveaway for all her Twitter followers, and I was the winner, so I was able to pick any book that she has released, and I picked Symmetry, and from what I understand, this is about a woman and her husband who both work for a small newspaper, and when her husband is away on a business trip, she calls his hotel room and a woman answers. And that's basically all I know about this book. These next couple of books came from an event that I went to in Boca Raton in the end of May, and it's called I Heart Books, and I will link my vlog for that event in the description below if you are interested in seeing that. So the first one I received from an author that I have met before, and it is called Death of a Sculptor in Hue, Shape, and Color by M.C.V. Egan. I recently did a non-spoiler book review for her other book, Defined by Others, and I will link that in the description below if you are interested. But she gave this one to me and Kat and Elizabeth, and I'm excited to read it. Next, I have 2 books from the author K.S. Thomas, and both of these sound super interesting to me because they're contemporary, and one is With Whom We Spend Our Lives, and the other one is One More Chapter. Both of these sound super interesting because I think they're new adult, and they're contemporary, and I freaking love contemporary. I don't know what either of them are about at the moment. I can't remember synopsize, and I'm so excited because when I read the descriptions of these books at the event, I was like, I need both of them. The next book I got is Kinda Sort Of by Kate Luke and Rachel Rosette. I had no idea what this book was about or anything about it, but apparently Kathleen from For the Love of Books received this book in, I think, the Polyethnic Book Box, and she was like talking to the author and was like so amazed, and I was very impressed because one of the authors that was there, Rachel Rosette, she's 16 and she's published this book, and I'm just amazed because all I wanted to do when I was younger was publish a book. I believe this is a contemporary, and I'm excited for it because Kathleen was talking about how excited she was for it, so now I'm excited. And the last book I got from I Heart Books is Dealing with the Devil by Jennifer Sidaway, and when she originally described this book, I believe she mentioned that it was sort of a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, which I'm all about that. I'm so pumped. I was sold from that moment on because I love retellings, I love Rumpelstiltskin, and I'm excited. These next few books came from the Space Coast Book Lovers event that I went to at the very beginning of June. Again, I will link my vlog to that in the description below. So the first book I got is Taunt by Julie Valenti. This is the fourth book in the Twisted Wolf Tales series that is also written by Renee Folsom. Renee Folsom wrote the first 3 books, and I believe Julie Valenti is writing the next 3 books, and this is the 4th one. I'm actually currently reading the first one in this series. I'm super pumped to read this series because I have been wanting to see Julie Valenti ever since I met her at IBF back in October again, so I could buy this book, and I'm so pumped. So the next book I've got is At the Heart of the Deep by Carrie Wells, and this is a mermaid book, and she said mermaid books, sold. I am obsessed with mermaids. They're one of my favorite mythical creatures, if not my favorite mythical creature, and I was so pumped, and this was discounted too, and I am just so excited because I love, love, love mermaid books, and I've been needing to find some more really good mermaid books, so I'm pumped. Next book I got is Ink, and this is A Dark Waters Mermaid Tale by Melanie Karsak. Again, mermaid novels. This actually came in the scavenger hunt gift bag that you got if you finished the scavenger hunt, and I am pumped. Freaking pumped. Mermaid novels. Mermaid books. I love mermaids. The next book I received is Hidden Hearts by Gina Ferguson, and I have no idea what this book is about. I was actually playing book cover bingo in one of the game hours, and I won bingo on this book cover, and she was in there and she was like, come to my table at the signing and I will give you the book since you won on my book cover, and that's how I got this book. Next I have 2 books in a series by Ava Wood, and I have Forgetting Yesterday and Return to Yesterday, and these are the first 2 books in, I believe, in New Adult Contemporary series, and she actually gave these to Kathleen and I for free because they're kind of like misprints. The filter that's put on the pictures is not the correct filter, so they're mess ups or misprints, and she just gave them to us. But I think they look gorgeous either way, and I'm all about contemporary. Next book I picked up is Pieces of the Heart, and this is an Authors for Autism anthology, which means this is an anthology that was written by a ton of authors, and all the proceeds for this book went to a charity called Surfers for Autism. Next I have Best Served Cold by Tawdra Candle, and she is the organizer of Indie Book Fest, which is where Elizabeth and I originally started doing panels at last year. And this is a contemporary. I'm not sure if it's YA or NA, but I'm still excited to read it. I've picked up a ton of contemporary at this event because it's summertime and this is the time where I just need to read a ton of contemporary. And this last book from Space Coast Book Lovers is one that was kind of a blind date with a book where it was wrapped and it just had like a small description on the front. It had the genre written on the front, which was YA contemporary. Totally picked it up, and I unwrapped Sunflower Touches by Cheryl Oblin. And again, no idea what it's about since it was a blind book unboxing or unwrapping, but I'm still excited either way because I really love when you have cute little unwrappings of Blind Date with a Book. It's so adorable. And finally, the last part of this haul, and that is a couple weeks ago, Elizabeth, Kathleen, and I had a girls' booktuber day where we went to a signing that was at a local library, and I took Kathleen and Elizabeth to Books A Million because they don't have any Books A Millions near them, only Barnes & Noble. And I also took them to the Bookworm. So this is the haul from that day. So from the author signing, I picked up 2 books, and the first one is Shadow of a Girl by Shannon Greenland, and if this looks familiar, it is because I was part of a vlog tour for this book a couple of months ago, and I will link the non-spoiler book review down in the description below. I had an ebook copy of this book and I loved it so much, and I had no idea the author was going to be there until we saw her table set up, and Kathleen and I both picked up this book because we both loved it, and I'm just so glad that I got to meet her and I got a picture with her, and it's fantastic. I love this book. And she even said she recognized me, and it was great. And the other book that I picked up from that author signing is called Magic, and it's by Mira Monroe, and this is the first book in a series where a girl finds out she is the heir to a Wiccan throne, and I was excited. It sounded really, really good. These next couple of books are books that I pick up from the Bookworm, and this first one, yes, I already have it, and I will explain why I have another copy, and that's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I have all the Harry Potter books, of course, but I have them all in hardcover, and now I want to collect the paperbacks, so I got this first one in paperback to start the collection. The next 2 books I picked up are Into the Still Blue and Through the Evernight by Veronica Rossi. These are the second and third books in the Under the Never Sky trilogy, and I actually have the first book, and they had all 3 books there, so I picked up the second and third one since these are the ones that I'm missing. So the next book I picked up is a nice big floppy paperback, and it is all 3 Lord of the Rings books. I had the first 2 in mass market paperback, but the problem with that is they're mass market paperback and the covers don't match, and this is just a giant floppy bind up of all of them, and it makes me really happy. So I picked this one up, and I'm actually going to sell the other 2 copies back to the used bookstore. So yeah, I'm glad that I have this big floppy paperback. If you're a fan of manga, people have kind of been raving about this recently, and it is Fruit Baskets, and this is the bind up of, it's called the Ultimate Edition, and it's volume 1. It's by Natsuki Takaya, and this has volumes 1 and 2 in it. Found this at the used bookstore, had edition 1, edition 2, and edition 4, but I decided to just get edition 1 so I could try this manga series, because I know there's a ton of manga booktuber fans out there, and Fruit Baskets is a popular thing. So I thought I'd give it a try because I don't read a lot of manga. So these next 3 books came from Books A Million. 2 of them were in the clearance section, 1 of them was not, and this first one was a completely random pickup, and it was one not in the clearance section, and it's 101 Things That Pissed Me Off by Rachel Ballinger. She is a YouTuber, and if you didn't know, if you don't know who she is the sister of Colleen Ballinger, who plays Miranda Sings, and I love YouTuber books. I have read both of Shane Dawson's books and loved them. I've read Miranda Sings' books and loved it. And now I'm excited for Rachel's book. I don't watch her as often as I watch Colleen, but I still love her and I'm still excited to read this. The next book I found in the clearance section, and it is Stealing Snow by Danielle Page, which is a Snow White retelling. She's also the author of the Dorothy Must Die trilogy, the Wizard of Oz retellings, and I am so excited to read this. I almost got a copy of this at BookCon 2016 last year, but I was unable to get it, and now I have a nice final edition hardcover, gorgeous, and it was on clearance, and I'm excited because I love retellings, if you didn't already know. If you follow this channel pretty well, you know that I'm obsessed with retellings. And the last book in this entire haul, which was on clearance, which is gonna surprise most of you. Actually, it shouldn't because it's on Book Outlet, so it already is on clearance, and that is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. I could not believe this. I still need to catch up on this series, but this is the one that I didn't own, so yeah. Empire of Storms was on clearance, but it also doesn't surprise me because it's on Book Outlet as well. But still, picked this up. I need to catch up on this series before, I think, Tower of Dawn comes out in the fall, and I need to catch up. I've got like 3 books to catch up on. So guys, that is all I have today for this massive collective book haul over the past 3 months. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like a behind the scenes look at my life, you can check out my second channel, Chloessence. That is my vlog channel. I post on there every Friday. And if you like what you see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So click subscribe so you can be updated for when I post. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!